Morning, Bree.
Good morning.
So, what's your guys' good news?
Let's see.
Well, I'll go. My friend that I was supposed to meet with on Friday actually ended up needing to meet yesterday, and we talked about her, what led her to get her license and all of that. And so I'm going to help her, down that path. And she's really excited about part of the reason why she wanted to get a license. She's excited about affordable housing and affordable housing programs and elevating those efforts in my area. So we had a great conversation about resources that are in place and things that she wants to do with her license when she gets it going. So I'm going to help her through that process and answer any questions she has for getting that step done.
Nice. All right. What else you guys got? Morning, Craig.
Hello. But what? Oh, so I've got him, and his credits. We got him. I've been working with him off and on for the past year. So his credit score is now 700, and I think I'll be able to find him something within the next week.
Yay!
Yeah, because his income is perfect. His income is good, not perfect, but his income is good. His credit score is good. I've got a lender that will do 100% loan with $10,000 towards closing costs.
Nice.
So
nice job. All right, love it. Okay, who else has got some good news?
Thanks, Kimberly. It's his little hand.
I know, it's so cute. I know how to do hearts now, but it took me months to figure that one out. So she's like way ahead of me on that game. But she's young, so.
Well, I'm slow.
It's so easy.
The door at work goes both ways.
Yeah.
I've been there 3 months. I've been pulling it the whole time and asking people to open the door for me when I could have just kicked the damn thing.
Okay, hang on. We were, how long's Target been around?
Right.
About 10 years ago, I looked at Greg and I'm like, did you know that the Target sign, it's a Target? And he's like, oh my God. He goes, when did you, I'm like, just now. Just now. Oh, embarrassing.
I don't like Gina.
Yep. So, all right. Who's got some good news?
Well, I'll go. So yesterday I went and met with the guy who wants to sell the
gas station,
lake house.
Oh, lake house, nice.
Yeah. So he's still all over the place. But anyway, I left, and instead of making my normal turn to come home, I was like, hey, I'll just go straight and come back through town.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to go on this route to take my son to daycare. So I turned off, I guess, just reminiscing on the route that we used to take every morning. And I ran up on this company that I knew was here, but I had never gone out there. So it's Impreza that builds the houses.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped in and met the guy. He's one of the owners, and he runs that plant. And he gave me a tour of the facility.
Ooh.
Yep. So I'm going to introduce him to Gary.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very excited about hooking up with Gary and maybe doing a Monday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
He said he loves to do training. And he's a contractor himself, and he loves building tiny homes.
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah. So I think I got a couple of people that may be interested in doing that. The only thing is right now they're not shipping out. They're not shipping out of they're only going as far as Georgia, North Carolina, and maybe some of Florida, I think he said.
Mm-hmm.
Are they doing Tennessee? No,
Not right now, because he's saying that they want they want the homes to be there within a day.
Oh,
To the site.
Oh,
Yeah, so
so is he looking at another plant?
I think so. I think they're looking at
Tennessee, bring it Tennessee. We got
yeah.
low tax.
So I think they're looking at opening another facility.
That's really interesting.
Craig, do you know the price points for those?
I do not. We were talking so much, and that was one of the questions I had, and I forgot to ask.
You know, California passed a law a couple years ago, an ADU law, additional dwelling unit, where every single piece of land in the entire, basically, you have to allow an ADU. You have to allow it in California. Tiny
Cabin
house,
We call it dadus.
what do you call them?
Dadus, detached, something, but
Yeah, Attached additional dwelling unit, DADU,
Yeah.
right? Yep, okay. Yeah, you have to allow ADUs, DADUs, whatever, but in California, the entire state must allow them. And it's opened up this huge explosion because of that legislation, which is actually a couple of years old now. Because it was there when I left, and I left in when were all the riots going on and the COVID 2020? I left in 2020 with the COVID and all that kind of stuff. I think that's probably right. Yeah. Anyway.
in Nashville, not only do they have to allow them, but you are allowed to do a short-term rental regardless of the zoning restrictions in your neighborhood.
Oh, so I would, yeah, there's some really interesting stuff on the front if he's interested in putting another plant someplace.
Tennessee.
And there's Bree who wants you in Tennessee.
And I want to find land for him. I'll
Yeah,
give you a
well,
referral.
The only thing is, they don't deal with the end users. So,
That's fine.
yeah, so it has to be contractors and developers,
Mm-hmm.
but they also build multifamily and commercial.
Tennessee.
So,
Right. Poodle.
Poodle,
Has a builder development section.
yeah, their president or CEO or whatever, he's on there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then book a call with me. Like you have a lot of things going on. I want to, well, never mind. We'll get a call set up.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Who else has got some good news?
Well, I talked to the appraiser that had done the appraisal on Branch Road, and the other realtor wouldn't give it to me, and he was real nice because I'd given him comps. And so he said he'll give me a copy of the appraisal for $100. So I told my client last night, but I'm going to go pick up the money from him because last time he didn't pay me, and then get the appraisal. And I did talk to the guy that originally made the offer that we accepted, that financing fell through, and connected him with a lender that had called me and told me that property was eligible for $17,000 down payment and closing cost assistance. So I got them connected, and he's applying for a loan. And then I have another offer that is still, 10,000, about 12,000 too low. And I'm trying to get him the appraisal, and it appraised at 350. So I thought that was good. So I think we're in the ballpark. And I'm waiting to get an amendment signed to lower the price again, and then see if we can, get some more offers coming in. And what else did I do? I got on the website, I read all the rules, and I'm going to file 2 small claims against my carpet guy, or my flooring guy, that won't give me the money back. He went from offering me $1,900 back to $500. And I'm debating whether or not I can get him on elder abuse.
Oh, that's always
I'm thinking about hitting him on every side I can.
yeah.
Age discrimination, elder abuse.
You
Yeah.
can
I'm
borrow
so
my
pissed.
color. Throw some racism in there.
I could.
Yep. Have fun. So
pissed.
it's not like I like going into battles for stuff like that, but if you really, really, really do me wrong, I'm like, oh no, game on. Here we go. Okay. All right. Who else got some good news?
And Bree, I
Okay.
just like to say
Well,
you're looking extra fly this morning.
Isn't
Yeah,
she?
look at her.
I love that black and white window pane. That is pretty.
Thank you. I have to look decent for this court.
Ah, yeah.
Yep. All right. What else you guys
you
got?
look beautiful, Brie. I can go,
I
guys.
Guys,
Yeah.
You look amazing. So speaking of Poodle, I got connected with a lender. So I've worked with so many different brokers and lenders that I haven't really found like my match yet because I really wanted to build that dream team. So I
Take
still
a
wanted
while.
to look for someone who was like willing to give back. Basically, there were so many lenders that I've given so much business to. The
Mhm.
ones that keep continuing to give me referrals are ones that I actually have never given referrals to. But these guys, like, they don't have, I don't know if it's the scale they don't have to scale, or I've actually approached them about maybe co-branded marketing, things like that. But I finally found someone who seems to have like everything that I'm interested in, except for the fact that they don't do commercials. So they outsource their commercial ones. But the cool part, guys, I wanted to bring this up for anyone who is interested in Hoodle. So these guys are offering, so they're with the group called CMG. Have you heard of them?
That's familiar.
so
CMG.
Gary
Yeah,
had
apparently.
here online on about the all-in-one loan. She's with CMG.
Yep,
Oh,
that's where I heard about her.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's her. Okay.
Yep.
So CMG,
That's the
an
one.
amazing company, and especially for your investors, they have this all-in-one product that you can use as an individual or
Right.
investor. Look at that. I can give you the website to look at it, but Gary had her on the podcast and had her on the Monday Night Live.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, I
So
see.
they're
Okay, I
very
was like, where
solid.
did I
I've
hear of
known them
CMG?
since I came into real estate. So, but anyway, go ahead.
Oh, cool.
Don't they
Well, these
require
guys
fairly
were
high credit
amazing, Bria.
score?
I don't know.
What'd
Hang
you,
on.
what'd you say?
Don't they require a pretty high credit score?
Now, CMG has a lot of different products. That one
Loan
particular
products, yeah.
product is one that is modeled after the one in Europe. Your credit score has to be pretty decent, but it's an amazing product. We can chat about it afterwards. But they do have things that go lower to like 580.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they also
They
do
do,
land,
yes. They have-
manufactured homes. So
They pretty much do everything, Kay. They have literally products for any possible thing you can think of. They're just expanding into DSCR, but their most popular one, like Bree said, the most distinguishing one is the all-in-one. But the cool part, Bree, I don't know if you've connected with them. I don't know if it's this particular guy or if every CMG lender is like this. These guys have a 24/7 team, added me to a group chat, and literally in the middle of the night, they're texting back and answering my questions. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And not only that, the girl, she's in charge of realtor relations. Okay, get this. She's on the phone with me for hours trying to think of ways she can help me. I was like, where did you come from?
Wow.
Really, I was stunned. Guys, the resources they have, the resources they're willing to spend on you are just mind blowing. And so they have specific programs. One of them is the home funded. So say, for example, you come up with a client, you meet a client who's, short on cash, maybe they're trying to save up. They're teachers, police officers, or whatever, or they're just getting married. Have you guys heard of Home Funded?
yeah.
Bree's like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
The library
space-
up there.
They brand this website after you, so it looks as if it's your website that enables your clients to go in and sign up to actually have crowdfunding. Basically, it's like a crowdfunding concept where they can ask family and friends or whoever else to contribute money towards the purchase of their home. And that fund could be
Wow.
used for anything, down payment, interest rate, anything you name.
And you could
And
like
yes,
contribute would be like for bridal, like people getting married, instead of doing gifts, they do into this
the
fund.
home funded.
That's a good idea.
Exactly. So that platform, the coolest part about it, guys, is in order for them to cash out that money that has been collected, they absolutely have to use you because the funding was actually done with your brand. So Home Funded will not release the funds that they have gotten through donations unless they go through you to use you for the transaction. And here's the kicker. CMG says for every dollar you receive in donations, they will donate $2 towards it. They'll match $2 for every dollar, up to $2,000. And there you can go in and say, okay, and I'll do up to $500, for example. I'll match a dollar for up to 500. So that would be like, basically, it's a fancy way of saying, I'll rebate you this money, but it basically incentivizes the person to, one, use you, and two, to save up towards a house, because then that money is going to be goner if they don't end up purchasing the home.
So,
It's a really, really cool one. Oh, sorry, love, go ahead.
no, you go, you finished. I'm sorry. I just have an idea around it.
No, no, it's okay, love. It's brilliant. And then the second one, I was thinking, hoodle, 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 hoodle. I have to share it with you guys. Okay. The second one is called List and Lock. Bree, you've heard of that too, I'm assuming.
List and lock, yes.
Okay. So List and Lock is the program that allows you through CMG to act as like a preferred lender type of scenario. Because you know how new builds offer incentives, rate incentives like buy downs or permanent buy downs, 2-to-1 buy downs. So here's the kicker. You're working with a seller, either individual or a builder. Okay. She's presenting this from the perspective of an individual seller. She's like, so imagine you're working with a seller and you're really desperate to sell a home and you've done your price reductions. You don't want to go any lower. You can't go any lower or whatever else. And basically this enables you to get the seller to contribute a lower amount of money than you were initially going to, because they have really good rates. CMG offers really good rates. So basically they can contribute, it's a pricing system where they can go and say, okay, if I put $10,000, how much will that buy down the person's rate? And you can advertise that and say, hey, come and buy this home for $399 for the first year, $499 for the second year. So it basically hooks you up to have seller incentives essentially for the rate, but at a much lower cost than had they gone through and done it with a different lender, because it's a specific program for that. And the
That's
cool part,
so hang on one second. I want to
it's
understand.
genius, Gina.
So if I have a price,
on.
if I have a house listed at 400 and I know I need to bring it down to 375 to get my offers and I can't. But I do have 10K that I'm willing to play with, and we all know that $10,000 reduction is not going to really do me anything. I could pay 10,000 towards the rate for the new buyer, get their rate down and come in at that way. Is that what this is?
Yes.
You got it. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
You pay the 10K, but also the rate, the reduction that your client will see,
Right.
is going to be a lot more significant than had they seen through a
Yep.
traditional lender through discount points.
Right.
So
So it
it's
might look
really
like
cool. And then I was like,
25,000 on that side, on the buyer side, it might be the difference of that 25,000. That gets the price where they needed to be for this, for their money to make.
you got it.
Oh my gosh, I really do like this. I like the other one
Especially
too.
for buyers who struggle with the monthly payments, so the PITI issue.
yeah.
That would be like a genius for them.
Kay's
And then get this,
Ranch
guys,
Park.
I was like, yeah, and I was mind blown. I was like, oh my God, okay, this sounds so interesting. I have to share it with my family. And then the application of it for Hoodle, guys, is you literally can go to builders and the small builders or the mid-sized builders that don't have the capacity to offer the incentives that the big guys are able to offer, well, now they can. And so yesterday I checked out this really cool community out here. It's called the Whisper Valley. Have you heard of it, Kay?
Oh.
It's in Austin, and it is the first community, master plan community, anticipated growth to 7,500 homes in the area. It's an all green, zero net sustainable housing community. And so I went through the different builders. I met one of them. He was one of the small guys. He was competing against, the Terrata Homes. He was competing against some very big national names. And I met with him. I was like, do you offer something like this? And he said, no, I don't. He's like, I ended up just lowering my price by 25K. I was like, don't do that. That's totally messing up with the valuation and everything else. And so I presented this to him. He was mind blown. And literally, guys, this is a huge talking point for Hoodle that you want to have up your sleeve. So I don't know if this particular team works in other states, if it's this particular team that's this like really gun-ho phenomenal,
They're like that
or
here
if
too.
really,
Yeah, I think they
okay, Bree,
support, they really do think outside of the box, and also look at them in your states, because the one here was awarded best lender to work with THDA, which are the local or the state money that you can qualify for down payment assistance that's allocated through MDHA. So each of the states can do that. So they work with all levels of income, whether you're 1 million or 100,000. And also they're like, we are the Save My Loan people. So literally you get to the 2-week mark, the people fall out of financing with another lender. She pulls a rabbit out of her ass and will close in 2 weeks with a state.
Wow. Wow.
Like working
Wow,
with the
with the
state
grant
and
process.
FHA.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is always
So-
massive, like 2 weeks extra on a regular close anyway. Wow.
So VA loan,
Guys.
so
Send
I
me
think
their
it's
name.
a business
Send me
model.
the name if you have it, Anna.
Yeah, for sure. I'm more than happy to do that, Kay.
Thank you.
Okay, that is
Of course.
amazing. And then the other one that you were talking about, the one that could be used for a bridal fund instead, that would be really interesting to do bridal shows and be able to
Yep, wedding expos.
Yep. So have a giveaway, have something big and flashy that gets people over there, that has a giveaway, that has that program to get them to set up that instead of a regular wedding registry. Because most of us, when we get married, not everybody, some people get married. The whole point of a wedding registry was that you didn't have a blender and a toaster and, but we all have that. And we're blending families and all kinds of stuff in together. But we do need houses. That's the thing we need when we
So I'm
move.
partnering with a travel agent for bridal shows.
Mhm.
She's giving away a trip.
We did a 3-day cruise, because I live on the West Coast, they had a little 3-day Ensenada cruise, and an inside cabin for 2 is dirt cheap. And I'm like, here you go, you got this, you can upgrade. And it was up to them to upgrade, but it gets you a, win a free cruise. And
Yeah, it's a partner with
Gina, you want to hear something else?
yeah,
Oh my God, guys, there's a website I just learned about from one of my coaches. It's called Creative. Oh God, I don't know the exact website. I'll share it as soon as I know. It's a site where you pay $99 a month and you get access to all kinds of deals that you can print or send unlimited. And that includes free trips to Vegas, free vacation, free cruises, free hotels, I'm like, what the heck? And so you can incorporate that and and give it away to your clients, like what you were saying, without having to cough up the money for the actual cost of the trip.
Right.
So you can do something like that. You can maybe even incorporate it into your listings and just say, just for listening in on the listing appointment, I'll give you the certificate. It's costing you nothing. But at the same time, it's giving you an edge. So that sounds pretty interesting. I don't know.
Be careful on that one and advertising just because it's getting close to buying your
I
list.
know.
Yeah, so be careful on that one.
Yeah.
But
I think the fine
You
line,
can-
Gina, let me know if I'm wrong,
Okay.
but if you don't actually say, if you sign up with me, I'll give you this.
Yeah,
You
you
just say,
can't
as
connect
a
it.
thank you for your time, it doesn't have to be an agreement resulting in it. Because I think if you say, once you sign with me, I'll give you this, then in that case,
Understood.
you are actually incentivizing. Yeah, that
Yep.
wouldn't work. But what do you think about that? If you just say, as a thank you for your time or something.
I'm not, I do know, like, even when I was doing, because it would just come out when I was an agent. I mean, it had just come out. And so even things like, I never said, I would normally send a thank you card and say, thank you for the referral. And, I tuck, like, Starbucks card or whatever inside, being from Seattle. And it was like, I couldn't even say thank you for the referral. I just had to say, I really appreciate the
Mhm.
friendship or something like that, and put it in that way. Because anything tied it to anything was, and they were afraid of it. And I don't know how, to be really, really honest, I think the law is stupid and I don't understand all the ins and outs of it, because it seems like they pick on things that I can't put together. Like, how are you saying that that is this? So just be careful.
Mhm.
And it's not like I still gave away Starbucks cards, I still gave away, all kinds of stuff, because that was just part of what I always did anyway. And the whole $50 rule, that's stupid too. So we did
Mhm.
advertising to get around that one. If it's advertising, it's printed with your name, you can get around almost anything. That's the way around it, all of it,
Mhm.
is you claim it as an advertising.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is some pretty dang good news. Let me see, Kimberly and Kathy.
Hi everyone, my background is really noisy.
You're really garbly, sweetie.
Yeah, my background is really noisy.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right. I understood. Kathy, got anything up there?
Kind of. I really like what you just shared, Anna. That's awesome. Yeah. I've been, I went to the meetup, the REI meetup, and I reached out to 4 different people from the meetup and sent them invites to Monday Night Live. Spoke with one yesterday on the phone and spoke to 2 others via email. Have another appointment set up on next Tuesday to meet with one of the persons that is looking to become a realtor. And so I'm meeting with her and meeting with another couple who are early into the investment side. They hooked up with this company that is, shoot, I've got it written down somewhere. I'll have to look it up. But they sell them leads, and it sounds like what we get from RealFlow. It's crazy. $20,000 to get into this. And then on top of that, anything that they close on, they have to give them another 20%, even if they didn't provide the lead.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It's just like,
Yeah.
and it's only their name and address, not even, it hasn't even gone through and gotten any other contact away.
Yeah, it's amazing what people are going to try in. Yeah.
So I'm going to meet with them the 27th, I think, and talk to them as well and see how I can help. So I'm doing it, I guess, from the side of an investor agent. So both of those things are going on. I had something else, but don't worry about it.
All right, no worries. Okay, we're over time again. Does anyone have anything that they want to work on challenge wise? I'm strongly considering, as a matter of fact, I told somebody that I'm running this till 9:15 now because inevitably it goes to 9:15. So does anyone have anything? Yes, Anna. Does anyone have anything that they've got challenge wise going on? Crickets. Okay, cool. I do have I have one small one. Working with my marketing guy, he said, you need to come up with what it is that you do. Like, you need to come up with what it is that you do. And he's like, you're a life coach more than a business coach. And I'm like, no, I don't really like that because it has bad connotations. He goes, well, you're actually more of a mentor because you've been there. And I'm like, that has different connotations within EXP too. You guys, I keep on looking up here. There's butterflies all over my hanging basket. And it's just, it's like it's a window. It's very pretty. Anyway, I'm like, I can't do mentor either. So he's playing around some terms. He told me to play around some terms. So I'm like architect, life and business architect, although I don't really architect because I help you find what you're good at. I don't tell you what you're good at. You know what I mean? But if you guys have any words or phrases that you're like, work with this one. I was like, I'm a miner. He's like, do not tell people that because I help you uncover. And he's like, no, that is not it. Anyway, and I'll call you back in a minute, sweetie. Anyway, if you guys think of anything, let me know. If you have any phrases that you're like, this is it, that, you know, or play with this concept or idea. Right now I'm playing with the word architect because I do like that word, even though I don't think it's perfect. At least it's something. So anyway, that's mine. All right, y'all, have an amazing rest of your day. Super looking forward to tomorrow also. And we'll talk with you guys soon. And I can sit here and stare at the butterflies while I chat with Anna, and I'll call right back.
Bye.
All right, my love. Thank you so much, guys. Have a beautiful day.
You too.
You too.
Thanks for
Bye.
sharing.
Thank you.
Bye.